Vosh is probably bringing up one of the most boneheaded takes I think I have seen in a while. And we are going to go ahead and start this off with the textbook definition for the word Nazi, just so we can make it perfectly clear that these people are absolutely unhinged. So, first, the despite its economic and political success, uh, Yazidism maintained power by coercion and mass manipulation. The Nazi regime disseminated a continual outpouring of propaganda through all cultural and informational media. Its rallies, especially its elaborately staged Nuremberg rallies, its insignia, and its uniformed cadres were designed to impart an aura of omnipotence. The underside of its propaganda machine was its apparatus of terror with its ubiquitous secret police and concentration camps. It fanned and focused German anti Semitism to make the Jewish folks a symbol of all that was hated and feared by the German people of the time. By means of deceptive rhetoric, the party portrayed the Jewish folks as the enemy of all classes of society. Doesn't that sound an awful lot like what we are seeing from a lot of these, or the cancel culture mob on Twitter? So, let's take a look at what Vosh has said here. Yep, sorry, I had to relocate here, but let's listen to this clip from Vosh and see what this reminds us of.
Large portion of VTubers are degenerate 4chan incel pedophiles.
Evidence?
Some of the largest, I guess, like capitalization that I've seen on on the drama surrounding Pikamee's departure has come from someone called Pippa.
Yeah, because Pippa would not kowtow to the crowd, just like Silvervale didn't kowtow to it, just like Zepla didn't kowtow to it, just like Asmongold refused to even acknowledge it existed until he started laughing at it when they attempted to cancel him and he didn't notice until someone else pointed it out.
Who I think is like a Nazi. I saw a couple
Pippa
of
is
clips
not.
of this person. I assume they're attention baiting, so don't want to give them too much of that, but
Oh, that is rich coming from Vosh talking about this. This is like that's the very definition of attention baiting. Trying to paint Pippa as a Yahtzee while you are capitalizing on the drama that has been cultivated around them trying to cancel her. Great job there, Vosh.
like basically there was a clip of like somebody said New World Order and a bunch of people in her chat were screaming like oy vey, oy vey. It's all like Nazi shit. It's like JQ, like you know, the whole thing.
No, that is not her brand. She was doing that and her chat was supporting her because they know what she's actually saying here. They're telling the feelings Yakuza, as Japan has or so aptly termed it, to shove off and to worry about their own affairs and not try to tell us streamers what we can and cannot stream. That is what they were actually saying there.
Their colors are the trans colors. Well, you know, Nazis love to appropriate art.
Okay, so first of all, when did color schemes get to be copyrightable? I would love to see this evidence, so please provide that. The expressions using a color scheme could be copyrighted, like a specific work of art, a specific character model, a specific character with traits. Yeah, those things are copyrightable, but a color scheme is not. And need I remind Vosh and his ilk how many times people have quote unquote fixed art? Yeah, what's that? Oh, right, that is stealing art and appropriating it. Oh, isn't that what you just said Yahtzees do? Oh no, you've been called out, you dummy.
The VTuber community in general has had serious issues with its clientele. I don't think that's going to change either. But
the problem with the quote unquote VTuber clientele is that we keep running into cancel culture people like you who don't care about what we do. You just want the clout from trying to cancel somebody and to virtue signal. So how about you go off. Okay? But let's continue and show some of the examples that prove that the Filian Yakuza more fits the definition of cancel culture and Yahtzeeism than anything Pippa has ever done. So, hold on. Example number 1. Coming up with conspiracy theories to try and paint right-wing nutjobs as the one actually spreading the hate against streamers like Silvervale to drum up anti-LGBTQ sentiment. My God, can you be any more tinfoil hatty than this kind of take? But it's not the only one. Hit lists, basically, is what this amounts to, but this is a list of streamers that had been labeled problematic around the time Silvervale had stood up against the Filian Yakuza. You say, Ironmouse for standing up and defending her friend, saying the harassment was wrong. That was all she did, and she got labeled transphobic because of it. Silvervale dared to play that wizard game, which actually is a really fun game. Nope, that's all she had to do, and she got bullied into tears, which we have a video clip of a video I did previously that watched the clip, and it is uncomfortable. Pikamee is graduating, thanks in large part to the harassment she received over wanting to stream the game. And while she may have been planning it for a while, I have no doubt in my mind that the harassment substantially accelerated her plans. And in Filian, I don't know what Filian did to this day, but I'm assuming she probably told the mob to go F itself at some point in some way, shape, or form, and that was enough to get her labeled transphobic. So, there you go. Hit list. Doesn't it sound a lot like the Yahtzee party to me? It does to me. And while this tweet may have been a gigantic troll, it is still worth mentioning that they made fake tweets for Silvervale to say stuff that she never would say. She is never going to say this kind of thing. So, yeah, what kind of party does that remind you of? Is it definitely free-thinking, normal, or democratic-led people? And another great example that was brought to attention here, and I signed a copy of, was from Ellie is Losse. All I'm hearing from Sori is boohoo, I ignore the trans community, and now they're mad at me. No, that is not what she said at all. And she just wanted to play the game, and you people, meaning the Filian Yakuza that happens to live on Twitter, decided to go after her. And yeah, what party does that sound like again? Could it be the Yahtzee party? And another fantastic example of trying to go after VShojo, her corporate agency that helps her coordinate a lot of stuff, trying to get them to terminate their affiliation with Silvervale over the Wizard game. Again, does that sound like a free-thinking society that is democratically led to you, or does that sound more like the Yahtzee party full of propaganda? And another example of this, of misconstruing Silvervale's words to try and paint her as something she is not, when she was referring to the Twitter freaks and cockroaches, she was referring to the people who were quick to throw things like a now known to be faked Self 404 at her feet as if she was the one who literally pulled the trigger on the weapon. We know this is not the things that a normal free-thinking people would do. This is propaganda or designed to slander people like Silvervale. And guess what party does that kind of thing? And another fantastic example of propaganda, slandering. Again, I needn't say what party does that. And yet more examples of propaganda and pushing and trying to make people do stuff that they otherwise may not want to do based on lies. So there you go, more examples of what the Yahtzee party would probably do if they were alive and well today, and they seem to be within cancel culture. And yet another example of someone I feel kind of got caught up in the propaganda machine. It started buying it hook, line, and sinker. But no, again, more example of propaganda that would come from a certain party in history that they keep claiming people like me are supporting nowadays, even though we are just telling these people to go shove off. Oh, and this is a fantastic one, saying that her fans are fascist. Well, we're not the ones trying to cancel people over playing a game now, are we? Hmm. What other party would do that kind of thing? You probably guessed it by now. And another fantastic example, and I think I'll cap it off here. And we'll read this one too. I'll put it in layman's terms just for you. You play game made by a bad person makes you a bad person. Well, by that logic, you're using a platform to spread this kind of nonsense by a bad person that you have labeled transphobic and anti-Semitic and general or right-winger fascist in Elon Musk. So if you're using this platform, you must be a bad person too then. Isn't that how your logic works? So we're going to go leave it off here. I believe I've illustrated my point. And if you ever come across these people, take the Asmongold, Silvervale, and Pippa approach. Just tell them to shove off and don't even pay them no attention. They are not worth our time. We have so much better things we could be doing with our time. Like, making real content, entertaining the people that get us. That we don't have to explain ourselves to every single moment of the day. And aren't calling to cancel other people because they're doing stuff that we might not agree with. It's a pretty simple thing to do once you can break it down to brass tacks. So with that, all right, Filian's Yakuza, please shove off, get off of Twitter, go touch grass, do something with your day other than look for the demons behind every tweet, because there's a lot more to life than trying to cancel people like Silvervale. And with that, I will leave it with a recap of what led us here for me. This is where it really all started and led to Silvervale crying and Pikamee getting canceled. And you wonder why we are not listening to you people at this point. Because you have nothing constructive to say, nothing worth our time, and certainly nothing of substance. Take care, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.